So this is going to be a very insightful video, and I'm going to be doing my best to really simplify this process for you, breaking down how I currently operate and how I got not one but landed two clients in 1 month, paid in full without needing a fancy website, landing page, VSL funnel, cold calling, or even running paid advertisements. This is just focusing on one platform, having one outreach method, one inbound method, and a simple funnel and framework that is proven to work. And it was funny because while filming this, I was going to, and I had it, is how I landed my first client. But just today, I've recently just got another sale. So looking at this framework, look at this right here. So one sale, another sale today, and this is in a 1 month span, actually 2 weeks apart from each other. So right now, that is basically I'm going to share with you everything I know and break it down how I did it. And here is my metrics for the entire month. Started, I believe, on September 2nd and finished around like today's the 8th. So it's about, a little over a month, but 1 month nevertheless. That's when I started this type of outreach. And messages sent, I sent about 1,599 with 56 positive replies, 14 Calendly sent, 11 booked, and 9 appointments showed, and I closed 2 out of 9. So looking at my conversion rate, out of this, out of about 1,600, I have a 4% positive reply rate, a 25% from positive reply to a Calendly. Now I got a whopping 79% from those that watched my video, booked a call, and then from there, out of the 79, 82% showed up to the booked appointment, and then I closed on average 22%. And this is barely without any experiences. Breaking down those numbers, again, out of 1,599 total messages, they were not all outreach. About 700 of those were outreached, and then I followed up with 899. Just a little bit of the insights. Now, how I did this is extremely simple. So I'm going to break it down real quick. All I did is one channel, and all I did was Instagram DMs. From Instagram DMs, I basically had them from the DMs. I followed a script sequence, which provided them into a Calendly link to book in a call with me. And this is a mix between discovery and sales call. And from there, from that sales call, I had a one-step close where I was able to close them for the amount of money that I got. So it's a fairly simple framework. And going down here, I DM outreached, and I used an automated system, which I'm going to be sharing with you today, leaving nothing out. I followed up with my DM script sequence that I do have, just a quick framework. During the time, this was, I hired a VA setter for about $3 an hour. But it was also me doing the manual type of work because I had to train the VA. She had to learn the script, and it was not going very well, so I had to actually manually follow up with them and then sending them a Calendly link. Again, I was just trying to figure out my sequence and then take them to a Google meeting or Zoom, which closed. Understanding that it's a few types of systems that we have here, which if you look at this real quick, this is the outbound system right here, outbound, and then it's terrible. And then from here to here, this is the inbound sequence. Okay? And I'm going to show you exactly how to set that up and how I actually set that up. So let's go into the DM strategy on what I was doing. So for this to work, you have to split test. You have to understand your framework. You have to understand 3 things. Number 1, you have to have your offer dialed in, making sure you're targeting the quality of your lead as well. Lead quality is important when it comes to the outbound system and generated leads. So targeting the right people, having the right offer, and optimizing your profile. If you have those 3 things dialed in, then this will work. So the strategy that I use and what I would recommend is having 10 hyper-personalized DMs, have 50 opening DMs with 30 follow-ups each and every day, and then also have a 1 to 3 stories a week. So this is what I would recommend. And for the outbound system, this is what I would do. So obviously, I'm doing it on my own, and I had about one setter. So if I was able to do it again, what I would do is for the outbound system, I'll completely automate this. So how this will work is use one of these accounts or one of these softwares to automate your system. Again, I would maybe recommend being safe with it. So using a proxy type of site, you don't want to just use this cold turkey without being safe because the algorithm is strict. So having a proxy and just being safe with that. Don't go overboard with it. About 50 DMs each and every day. Next, for the inbound system, how I would do it again, what will happen is that I would send 50 messages every single day, right, to my ideal audience, and then they would message me or they would send a positive reply. But what happened is that sometimes it takes a while for the VA to book a call, or if you're really extremely busy, there's a lot of sequence, right? Because a lot of people on average would not respond after the initial 3 to 5 follow-ups. So what I would recommend here is we'll use an outbound system sending 50 automated DMs each and every day, 50 to 60. And then what will happen is for those that have positive replies, I will create an inbound setter, an inbound system that predicts exactly what they're going to say. So after sending over 1,500 messages, I know the type of keywords that my type of audience responds to for my first initial message positively. So how this would work is creating an inbound setter using softwares like Go High Level and ManyChat. And I'm going to just show you how that looks like. So after using any of these softwares, if you have trouble, watch a few of my videos. I actually set this up with you. But having an inbound system, so what I would do is, for instance, I wouldn't use all of this. What I do is I keep it simple as hell. So even with all my booking bots and using AI with it, I actually just automate a lot of things. So this is what I would do. So just loading real quick. Okay. So this is what I would do. Once the outbound system will be sending every single day DMs after DMs, and you make sure of that, there will be people that have replies or keywords like, yeah, go ahead, or send it over, or yes, I'm interested. What that would happen is we're going to be predicting exactly what our potential prospect will be saying. Once that happens, that triggers this system. This activates this outbound follow-up bot. What I would do is I would not respond immediately, not looking that it's automated, but I would wait for a few minutes, about 1 to 2 minutes, and then I would send the DM over. And this DM can be whatever. I don't know what you have, but what I do is a DM follow-up strategy, which I have a Loom video that I would send them if interested. So once they're interested, I would wait for 2 minutes, send a Loom video over and say, hey, great, awesome, I'm going to be sending you a 3-minute video, Loom video that explains this process. Definitely give it a watch, and if you're interested, definitely just like this post or like this message, and we can chat further. Simple, right? Then the beauty about this system is that now we automated it for 5 to 7 touch points. So every time they don't respond or they haven't responded, we're going to make sure that this system actually captures and looks at if they replied or not, and then we'll follow up automatically, leaving you basically doing 80% of the work. So let's look at it here. So from here, it's going to wait for about 10 hours to respond to the Instagram DMs to see if they did or not. And then it's going to check after that 10 hours if the contact replied to that or not. Okay? And if contact replied, I just sent an internal notification that my setter will get to be able to just message them if they have any questions, because AI is really good, but I feel that you still need a human touch. So this is basically automated with some human touch to it. And this is also me that I can able to just manually message them. But this saves me a lot of follow-up. So after 10 hours, if they do not respond, we'll send a follow-up message. I think I've sent like any thoughts about the video, and then on whatever yours is, and then on top of that, then it'll wait another like a 24-hour time frame. I'm not going to go really into it, but what it does, it's basically it saves me all the stress from following up each and every person every single day. And it follows up until they either reply, which if they do respond back, it will notify me and I can check it and I can respond immediately. If they have any questions, I can personalize it based on, because I'm responding manually. But in all honesty, if you are able to follow up 3 to 5 times, 5 to 7 times even, they will respond to you and you will get a higher percentage back. So this is what I've learned in regards to, I didn't have that when I was first starting out. So I just gave you a secret sauce in using an outbound system of automations and then capturing clients' responses, predicting it via inbound, and being able to follow up with them. Now this is going to be 80-20 rule. We can automate 80%, but we still need that human element. So there you go. Now, let's say you're too busy and you have to do other things. Then what I would recommend is hiring an appointment setter or a VA. Make it in the beginning commission based, or $3 to $5 an hour. Really depends. You can find these types of people on Upwork. You can find them on myonlinejobs.ph. It's a platform for Filipino workers from the Philippines. They're really hard workers. I would know. I lived there for 2 years, so I have a lot of networks and relationships there. But yeah, that's basically how the system operates. Very simple. I'm not doing any email automations. I mean, I have a Calendly link, so it does that for me, SMS and text. But I'm only taking them to a call and then closing them using a script. But yeah, so outreach, DM secret, the DM sequence framework, and then Calendly link. Just basically book them on a call. That's basically how I gained 2 clients and made $4,000 in 4 weeks. So if you have any questions, definitely just DM me. If you want this, DM me on Instagram and I'll just give this to you. And yeah, hope this video was valuable, and you can subscribe for more. Peace.